If there was one thing Damilola Ajayi feared more than Lagos traffic on a Monday morning, it was her mother's casual Christmas question. Not the direct one. Her mother never asked directly. No, Mrs. Ajayi's questions came wrapped in sweet voice and fake innocence, like puff puff that looked soft outside but could surprise you with pepper inside. Usually started the same way. "Dammy, my daughter, how are you?" her mother would say on the phone, drawing out the words like she was stroking them. "I'm fine, Mummy. How is work? Are they paying you well?" "Yes, Mummy." "And your rent? You've paid it, ABI?" "Yes, Mummy." Then there would be a pause. The kind of pause that felt like a camera zooming in on your face in a Nollywood movie. Damilola would already know what was coming, but she would still pretend she didn't. "Oh, Dammy," her mother would continue, voice gentle like cotton. "Are you coming home for Christmas?" "Yes, Mummy." "Good. Good." Another pause. "You will come with someone, right?" And just like that the trap would snap shut. Damilola would stare at the wall of her one-bedroom apartment in Surulere, the paint peeling slightly at the corner, as if the wall too was tired of being used as her support system. "Mummy, I'm coming home, yes, but what?" her mother would interrupt quickly. "You mean you still don't have anybody?" "Mummy." "Dammy, you are 27, her mother said, suddenly switching from sweet voice to serious voice. "I was already married with 2 children at your age." "2? Damilola always wanted to ask, "So you want me to suffer like you did?" But she respected her life. Instead, she would do what she always did. Laugh awkwardly and say something useless like, "God's time is the best." Her mother would sigh like a woman who had been sent an invoice by life. "My daughter, God's time is good, yes," she would say. "But you too, you should help God." Help God. Damilola didn't know whether to pray or to download an app. That same week, her cousin posted engagement pictures on Instagram. Matching outfits, matching smiles, matching captions like, "Found my forever." The family WhatsApp group went into overdrive. Aunties started sending voice notes. Uncles were typing congratulations like they had personally arranged the relationship. Even people that never greeted Damilola suddenly remembered she existed. "Dammy, you are next, oh. Your own is coming. Don't worry, we will dance at yours." Damilola would read it and reply with laughing emojis that didn't match the way her chest tightened. She was not bitter. She was just tired. Tired of being measured with a yardstick called marriage timeline. Tired of the way December turned into a yearly audit of her life. Tired of the way every Christmas outing ended with her mother eyeing her like she was the last unsold tomato at the market. On Saturday, she met her best friend Saad at a cafe in Lekki. Saad was the kind of girl who looked like her life had a constant ring light. Even when she was complaining, she still looked like a soft life influencer. Her nails were always neat. Her lashes always full. Her laugh always loud. Damilola arrived sweaty and annoyed, because a bike man had splashed water on her jeans and acted like it was her fault for having legs. Saad didn't even greet her properly. She just looked up from her phone and said, "So, what are we doing about your December?" Damilola dropped into the chair. "Ah." Saada's eyes shone with mischief. "Don't ah me. Christmas is in how many weeks? And your mother is already warming up her mouth." Damilola groaned. "Please let me breathe." "You've been breathing since January," Saad shot back. "Now it's time to act." Damilola rolled her eyes. "Act like what?" "Like I'm auditioning for a relationship." Saad leaned forward like she was about to reveal a business secret. "Yes, that's exactly it. God forbid." Saad clapped her hands once. "Okay, listen. You don't have to be dramatic. But you need to widen your options." Damilola narrowed her eyes. "Here it comes. Dating apps," Saad said proudly, like she had just announced a scholarship. Damilola blinked. "Dating apps?" "Yes," Saad said. "People are meeting their husbands there." Damilola scoffed. "People are also meeting kidnappers there." "Not everyone is a kidnapper." "Okay. Married men." "Not everyone is married." "Scammers." "Not everyone is a scammer." Serial liars. Saad slapped the table lightly. Dammy. You can't reject something you've not even tried. Damilola sighed. Saad, I'm not against meeting someone. I'm against meeting someone who will send me, "Good morning, dear," and then ask me for urgent 20k. Saad laughed. Then don't talk to the ones that look like urgent 20k. How do I know what urgent 20k looks like? Saad waved her phone. That's why you have me. Damilola stared at her. So you want to manage my love life like social media? Yes, Saad said proudly. Love manager. Damilola wanted to argue, but the truth was, she was curious. Not desperate curious, just curious. She had been on the island for years now. Work was stressful. Church was full of aunties that liked matchmaking but never matched anyone worth it. And the guys she met organically were either still healing, still playing, or still finding themselves at 34. Maybe, just maybe, trying something new wouldn't kill her. Saad was already typing. Which app do you want? There's one for serious people and one for unserious people. What's the difference? Damilola asked cautiously. The serious one will ask you your values. The unserious one will ask you your location and your waist. Damilola choked. Ha! Saad laughed loudly and didn't care who was looking. I'm telling you. Online dating is like Balagan Market. If you don't shine your eyes, you will buy fake. Damilola shook her head slowly. You're mad. But I'm correct, Saad replied. By the time their drinks arrived, Saad had already created a profile for Damilola. Wait, Damilola said, snatching the phone. Why is my picture there? Because you are fine, Saad said simply. And fine girls deserve love too. Damilola looked at the screen. Name. Her age. Her location, Lagos. Saad had written a bio that sounded like she was selling premium package. Smart, kind, funny. Looking for good conversation and intentional connection. Damilola squinted. Intentional connection. Who am I? Nipa. Saad grinned. Leave it. It will attract serious men. Damilola frowned. What about my actual personality? That one will show later, Saad said. First let them enter. Then you reveal yourself. Damilola sat back, suddenly feeling like she had just entered a new world. Her thumb hovered over the screen. Faces started appearing. Men smiling too hard. Men holding fish. Men posing beside cars that were clearly not theirs. One man's bio said, I don't like stress. If you are not submissive, swipe left. Damilola burst out laughing. Submissive coup, she repeated. Submissive for what? For unpaid bills. Saad cackled. Swipe left, Jair. Damilola swiped left so fast the phone almost flew. Then another profile popped up. A guy with normal pictures. Not too forced. Not too showy. He was wearing glasses in one. Sitting in a restaurant in another. In the last one, he was holding a plate of jollof rice with a proud smile. His name was Kunle. Bio. I like good food, bad jokes, and peace of mind. Damilola paused. She murmured. Saad peep. N. He looks okay. Damilola stared a second longer. At least he didn't carry fish. Saad nodded seriously. Fish is always a red flag. Damilola laughed and swiped right. A second later the screen flashed. It's a match. Damilola's stomach flipped. Saad screamed like someone proposed. Yes. We thank God. Damilola panicked. Don't shout. People are looking. Saad lowered her voice but her eyes were shining. Okay. Now message him. Damilola swallowed. Now. Yes now. Before another girl with ring light collects him. Damilola's fingers hovered over the chat box. Her heart beat faster than it should. She wasn't sure why. Maybe it was the thrill of something new. Maybe it was the small hope she didn't want to admit. Or maybe it was the fear that December was watching her like a deadline. She typed, Hi Kunle, please tell me you're not here to sell crypto. She sent it. And just like that, the December mission began. Within seconds, 3 dots appeared. Kunle was typing. Damilola held her breath. The moment Kunle's 3 dots appeared on the screen, Damilola's heart started doing unnecessary exercise. She told herself it was not that deep. It was just a message. A normal message. But her thumb suddenly felt heavy, like it had responsibility. Saad, meanwhile, leaned in like she was trying to read the future through the phone screen. "Oya, what did he reply?" she whispered loudly. Damilola hissed. "Wait." The message popped up. "Kunle, I don't sell crypto. I sell peace of mind. But supply is limited." Damilola froze. Then she laughed. One of those laughs that escaped before you could stop it. Saad slapped her arm. "Ah, he's witty. You see. This is your husband." "Rest," Damilola said, but her cheeks were warming. He typed back. "Damilola. Limited supply. So you're also doing scarcity marketing." "Kunle. In this economy, everything is scarcity. Even good people." The conversation flowed too easily, like a radio station that finally stopped crackling. Kunle asked questions properly, not those interview questions that feel like someone is collecting data to scam you. He asked about her day, her work, what she did for fun, and why Lagos people behaved like the horn was their birthright. Damilola replied with laughter and sarcasm, and for the first time in a long time, she enjoyed talking to someone without feeling like she had to perform. But Saad didn't allow her enjoy in peace. That night, after Damilola got home, she received a call. Saada's name flashed on her screen like emergency. Damilola picked up. "Hello, love manager." A gasp. "Tell me everything." "Screenshot everything." "Screenshot what?" "We're just talking." "Dami, don't be naive. Online love is war. We need evidence." "Evidence for what?" "So that if he disappoints you, we can drag him with receipts." Damilola burst out laughing. "Saad, you are wicked." "I'm prepared," Saad corrected. "Now what did he say? Is he consistent? Is he asking for money? Is he already calling you my queen?" "No," Damilola said, settling into her couch. "He's normal. He's making jokes. He's asking about me." Saad was silent for 1 second, then screamed again. "Yes, normal is the new luxury." Damilola shook her head, smiling. "You're too excited." "I'm excited because your mother is about to rest," Saad said. "This December we will package you." "Stop saying package," Damilola warned, but Saad had already moved on. "Okay. Rule number 1. Don't reply too fast." Damilola frowned. "Why?" "So he won't think you're jobless." "Saad, I have a job." "Online men don't know that. They'll just see you replying fast and conclude you're sitting at home eating chin-chin." Damilola rolled her eyes. "So what should I do?" "Wait 5 minutes before replying," Saad said seriously. "What if I'm free?" "Still wait." "What if I'm enjoying the conversation?" "Wait." Damilola sighed. "Saad, so love is now strategy." "Love is strategy," Saad repeated like she was reading a scripture. "Especially in Lagos." The next few days became a routine. Work, stress, traffic, and then Kunle. Kunle who replied consistently. Kunle who didn't disappear for 12 hours and return with, "Been busy." Kunle who didn't ask for suspicious pictures. Kunle who didn't start explaining Bitcoin. It was shocking. On Wednesday, as Damilola sat at her desk pretending to update an Excel sheet, a message came in. "Kunle. Random question. If someone steals your food in the office fridge, what's the correct punishment?" Damilola smiled. "Damilola. Public disgrace. Calling meeting. Printing their picture and posting it." "Kunle. I knew you were my kind of person." Pause. "My kind of person." Those 4 words did something small inside her chest. Not butterflies. More like hope with small warning signs. Still, Damilola was cautious. Because Lagos had taught her something. When something looks too good, you must inspect it. So she did what any sensible Nigerian woman would do. She started investigating. First, she checked his pictures properly. Zoom in, zoom out, background, glow, bar, restaurant. No suspicious, borrowed lifestyle. No repeated pictures that looked like they were downloaded from Google. Next, she searched his name on Instagram. Nothing. She tried Facebook. Nothing again. That's not necessarily bad, she told herself. Some people are private. But the paranoia in her head wasn't satisfied. That night, she sent a voice note to Saad. Saad, I can't find him on social media. Saad replied instantly like she had been waiting. That's either green flag or red flag. How can it be both? Damilola type. Saad sent. Depends. Is he hiding from his wife or hiding from drama? Damilola groaned. The next day, Damilola casually asked Kunle. So, you're not active on social media? Kunle replied almost immediately. I'm active in real life. Social media drains me. I only have WhatsApp and sometimes Twitter when I want to suffer. Damilola laughed. Fair. Then Kunle asked something that made her sit up. Can I call you? Call. Not text. Not voice note. An actual call. Damilola stared at the message like it was a school exam. Her first instinct was panic. Her second instinct was excitement. Her third instinct was fear again, because what if he had a weird voice? What if he had that, hello babe, good evening ma voice? She typed. Sure. Saad would have been proud. Or she would have shouted. Kunle called. Damilola answered on the second ring, trying to sound calm, like her heart wasn't doing press-ups. Hello, she said softly. Hi Dami. Kunle's voice came through, warm, steady, and surprisingly nice. Not shaky. Not forced. Not like a customer care agent. Her shoulders relaxed without permission. Hi, she replied, and suddenly she felt shy. They talked for nearly an hour. Kunle told her about his day. Damilola complained about her boss. Kunle laughed. She laughed too. At some point he said, You're funny, you know. Damilola rolled her eyes even though he couldn't see. You just want to flatter me. I'm serious, he said. It's refreshing. Refreshing. Another word that landed gently. By the time they ended the call, Damilola was smiling at her ceiling like a teenager. Then her phone buzzed. Message from Saad. Saad. How did it go? Don't lie. Damilola typed. He's normal. Like actually normal. Saad responded. That's how it starts. Next thing you'll be naming your children. Damilola laughed, but her mind drifted. December was approaching fast. And her mother's question was waiting like an uncle at a wedding, ready to ask. So when is your own? 2 days later, Kunle suggested they meet. If you're comfortable, he added quickly. No pressure. Damilola stared at the message. She wanted to say yes immediately. But Saada's voice echoed in her head. Don't reply too fast. She waited 5 minutes. Then typed. I'm comfortable. Let's meet. Kunle sent a smiley face and suggested a restaurant in Ikeja. Damilola agreed. Then she dropped her phone and screamed into her pillow. 'Cause it was one thing to chat online. It was another thing to meet in real life. In real life there were no filters. No time to edit replies. No BRB. Just you, the person, and the truth. That night, Damilola opened her wardrobe and stared. Every outfit suddenly looked wrong. Everything looked too desperate or too careless. And as she stood there, her phone buzzed again. Another message. Kunle. By the way, I hope you're not expecting me to come with flowers. I'm a serious Lagos man. I'll bring food instead. Damilola laughed out loud. Maybe this wouldn't be a disaster. Or maybe, December was about to teach her a lesson. If nervousness was a sport, Damilola would have won a gold medal that Saturday. She had woken up early for no reason. Cleaned an already clean apartment. Ironed clothes she didn't end up wearing. Ate breakfast she didn't taste. And still managed to be late. By the time she stood in front of her mirror, towel wrapped around her chest, Staring at her reflection like the mirror owed her answers, she sighed. Relax, she told herself. It's just a date. But her brain disagreed. It's the first date. With someone you met online. In Lagos. In December. Everything felt like pressure. Her phone buzzed. Sod. Have you dressed? Send picture. Damilola rolled her eyes and replied with a mirror selfie. Sada's response came immediately. Okay. You look good. Not desperate. Not auntie. Approved. Thank you, fashion police. Damilola muttered. She grabbed her bag, checked her phone for the 10th time and headed out. The restaurant Kunle chose was small but nice. Not flashy. Not the kind of place that tried too hard. Soft music played in the background, and the smell of grilled food hung in the air. Damilola arrived first. She sat down, crossed and uncrossed her legs, checked her phone, pretended to scroll, then checked the entrance again. She hated waiting. It always made her mind wander. What if he doesn't look like his pictures? What if he talks too much? What if he's boring? What if he's perfect and I ruin it? Then she saw him. Kunle walked in, scanning the room. And for 1 second, Damilola forgot how to breathe. He looked the same. Not better than pictures same. Not catfish same. Just real. Same glasses. Same calm face. Same quiet confidence. He wore a simple shirt and jeans, clean sneakers, nothing dramatic. No overconfidence. No loudness. When his eyes met hers, he smiled. A normal smile. Not forced. He walked over. Hi, Dami, he said, standing instead of sitting immediately. She stood up too, suddenly shy. Hi, Kunle. For a brief, awkward second, they didn't know whether to hug or shake hands. They laughed at the same time. Handshake, Kunle suggested. Handshake, Damilola agreed. Their hands met. Warm. Firm. Normal. Bae. Good start. Sat. Kunle looked around. I hope this place is okay. I didn't want anywhere too loud. It's perfect, Damilola said honestly. The waiter came over. Kunle handed her the menu. Ladies first. She raised an eyebrow playfully. Gentlemen, he smiled. Trying my best. As they ordered, Damilola noticed small things. Kunle said please and thank you without effort. He listened when she spoke. He didn't check his phone every 2 seconds. Green flags were waving gently. But Lagos had taught her not to clap too early. The conversation flowed easily. They talked about work, about growing up, about Lagos stress, about December madness. My mom has already started asking what I'm wearing for Christmas, Kunle said, shaking his head. Damilola laughed. My mom has already started asking who I'm bringing. They locked eyes for a moment. Something unspoken passed between them. Oh, Kunle said slowly. Pressure. Pressure. Damilola agreed. When the food arrived, Kunle's eyes lit up like a child's. This looks good, he said. Damilola laughed. You really like food. I respect food, Kunle corrected seriously. Food has never disappointed me. She laughed harder than she expected to. As they ate, Kunle told her funny stories about his uncle's printing shop. Customers that wanted miracles with small budgets, people that shouted when things didn't go their way, and the satisfaction of seeing something finished with your hands. You like what you do, Damilola observed. Kunle nodded. I do. Even if it's not glamorous. That sentence lingered in her mind. After a while, Kunle cleared his throat slightly. So, can I ask you something, he said. Her chest tightened just a little. Sure. Why did you join the app, he asked gently. If you don't mind. Damilola hesitated. She could lie. She could say something polished like, I was open to meeting someone new. But she was tired of pretending. She exhaled. Honestly. Because December is coming. Kunle blinked. She laughed quickly. Not because I'm desperate. Just because. I'm tired of explaining my singleness every Christmas. Kunle stared at her for a second, then laughed. Wow, he said. That's very honest. Too honest? She asked. No, he said, smiling softly. Refreshing. That word again. Then he added, I joined because I wanted something calm. No games. No pressure. Damilola nodded slowly. She liked that word. Halfway through the date, her phone buzzed. She glanced at it. She ignored it. 2 seconds later, another vibration. She sighed. Sorry. My friend. He checked the message. Sod. Are you alive? Send update. Blink twice if kidnapped. Damilola held in laughter and typed under the table. Alive. He's normal. Pray for me. Sod replied instantly. Normal. God is working. Damilola locked her phone. Kunle smiled knowingly. Friend check. Friend check, she admitted. Good, he said. Friends are important. After they finished eating, Kunle reached for the bill. Damilola raised her hand. Wait. I've got it, he said calmly. She hesitated. We can split. I know, he said. But let me. It wasn't the act. It was the way he said it, without pride, without expectation. They stepped outside after. The evening air was cooler. The sky was dimming. For a moment they just stood there. So, Kunle said, rubbing his palms lightly. This was nice. It was, Damilola agreed. I'd like to see you again, he added. If you want. She smiled. I do. Relief crossed his face. He walked her to her ride. Before she got in, he paused. By the way, he said, I should probably tell you this early. Her heart skipped. I'm not exactly where I want to be in life yet, he continued. I'm still figuring things out. I don't want to pretend. Damilola studied his face. No fear. No manipulation. Just honesty. I appreciate that, she said slowly. I'm not where I want to be either. He smiled. Good, he said. Then we're both human. As the car drove off, Damilola leaned back, staring out the window. Her phone buzzed again. Sod. So. Damilola typed. Date successful. But there's more to him. I can feel it. Because beneath the calm, beneath the jokes, beneath the honesty, there was something Kunle wasn't fully saying yet. And December was still watching. The problem with a good first date was that it made everything else louder. Before Kunle, Damilola's life had been comfortably quiet. Predictable. Work, church, sleep, repeat. No expectations. No emotional calculations. After Kunle, everything suddenly had meaning. Every notification made her heart jump. Every silence made her overthink. Every conversation with her family felt like an interrogation waiting to happen. By Monday morning, Sod had already promoted herself from love manager to relationship auditor. She called Damilola before 7 a.m. Good morning, lover girl. Damilola groaned into her pillow. Sod, it's too early. Love does not know time, Sod replied. Now tell me, has he texted you this morning? Damilola checked her phone. A message sat there, sent 30 minutes earlier. Kunle. Good morning, Dami. Hope today is kind to you. Her lips curved without permission. Yes, she said. Sod screamed. Consistency. Please don't wake my neighbors, Damilola said, sitting up. Okay, Sod whispered dramatically. But listen. Now is the dangerous stage. Dangerous how? Now is when you start liking him, Sod said. And liking someone in Lagos without clarity is how heartbreak starts. Damilola sighed. Can I enjoy first? Enjoy small, Sod said. But open your eyes. The week unfolded slowly. Kunle texted every day. Not excessively. Not dry. Just steady. He asked about her work presentations. He checked in when she complained about traffic. He remembered small details she'd mentioned in passing. Her dislike for coconut and rice, her favorite childhood biscuit, the way she liked her tea. Felt intentional. And intentional things were dangerous, because they made you imagine a future without permission. By Thursday evening, Damilola found herself smiling at her phone again, curled up on her couch when her mother called. She froze. "Mummy. My daughter," her mother said warmly. "How are you?" "I'm fine, Mummy. How is work?" "It's okay." Damilola braced herself. "So, about Christmas," her mother continued. "What day are you coming?" "Friday evening," Damilola replied. "That's good," her mother said. "Your aunt from Ibadan will be around. And your uncle too." Damilola swallowed. "Okay, Mummy." Another pause. "And, Dammy," her mother said, voice softening. "You're not coming alone, right?" There it was. Damilola closed her eyes. "Mummy," she began carefully. "There is someone." The silence on the other end was so loud, Damilola could hear her own breathing. "Someone," her mother repeated slowly. "Yes. Who is he?" "His name is Kunle." "What does he do?" Damilola hesitated for a fraction of a second too long. "He works with his uncle," she said. "Printing business." There was a small sound on the other end. Hum. Not approval. Not disapproval. Just calculation. "Okay," her mother said finally. "As long as he is responsible." Damilola let out a breath she didn't realize she was holding. That night she told Kunle about the call. "Damilola. So, my mum knows about you now." There was a pause before he replied. "Kunle. That's big." Damilola. "I know. I didn't plan it. It just happened." Another pause. Kunle. "Are you okay with that?" She thought about it. Damilola. "Yes." "Are you?" The typing dots appeared. Disappeared. Peered again. "Kunle. I am. I just want to be honest with you." Her heart tightened. Damilola. "About what?" A minute passed. Her phone felt heavier. Then the message came. "Kunle. I like you. But I don't want to rush into anything just because of December or family pressure." Damilola stared at the screen. That was fair. But fair didn't make it easy. "Damilola. I don't want to rush either." She meant it. But the truth was complicated. Because while she didn't want to rush, she also didn't want to arrive home alone again. Pressure had a way of confusing honest intentions. The next day she met Saad. Saad listened quietly as Damilola explained everything. Then she leaned back and crossed her arms. Damilola frowned. "Why are you making that sound?" "Because I'm thinking," Saad said. "Kunle is good. Can see that. But life is not only vibes." Damilola's chest tightened. "Meaning?" "Meaning," Saad continued carefully. "You need to ask yourself if you're okay with uncertainty." "Uncertainty how?" "Kunle is honest," Saad said. "But honesty doesn't always pay bills. December is one thing. Marriage is another." Damilola was quiet. Saad softened her tone. "I'm not saying leave him. I'm saying don't carry him on your head because he's calm." Damilola nodded slowly. Later that night, Damilola lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. Kunle's words replayed in her head. "I don't want to rush." Her mother's voice followed. "As long as he is responsible." Sada's warning echoed. Life is not only vibes. She liked Kunle. She liked him a lot. But liking someone was easy. Choosing someone, especially under pressure, was hard. Her phone buzzed. "Kunle. Are you thinking too much?" She smiled sadly. "Damilola. Is it that obvious?" "Kunle. A little. I just want you to know. I'm not playing games with you." She closed her eyes. Damilola. "I know." But knowing didn't answer the question in her chest. Was honesty enough? Was calm enough? Was potential enough? December was almost here. And with it, expectations were lining up like guests at a wedding, ready to judge, ready to whisper, ready to ask questions. Damilola turned on her side, hugging her pillow. She wasn't scared of being single. She was scared of choosing wrong. And somewhere between pressure and possibility, she wondered. Would Kunle still make sense when December finally arrived? By the time December finally arrived, Damilola felt like she had aged 3 years emotionally. The air in Lagos had changed. Not physically, traffic was still wicked, and the sun was still unforgiving, but socially. Everyone suddenly moved like joy was compulsory. Christmas lights appeared overnight. Offices organized end-of-year parties. People started asking dangerous questions. So what are you doing for Christmas? Are you traveling? Who are you going with? Damilola packed her bag slowly the night before her trip home, folding clothes with the seriousness of someone preparing for judgment. Kunle was supposed to come 2 days after her. That decision alone had taken long discussions, reassurance, and courage. I don't want to ambush you with my family, Damilola had told him honestly. Let me land first. I appreciate that, Kunle had replied. I don't want to feel like an exhibit. She smiled when she remembered that. On the bus ride home, her phone buzzed. Kunle, text me when you arrive safely. She did. Her mother hugged her a little tighter than usual when she arrived. You've lost weight, Mrs. Ajayi said, inspecting her like luggage. I'm fine, Mummy. You people in Lagos don't eat, her mother muttered, leading her inside. The house smelled like stew, spices, and memory. That night, as they sat in the living room watching a Christmas program, her mother spoke casually. So, this Kunle, she said, eyes fixed on the TV. When is he coming? On Thursday, Damilola replied, heart racing. Good, her mother said. We will see. We will see. Those words followed Damilola to bed. Thursday came quickly. Too quickly. Kunle arrived in the afternoon, neatly dressed, carrying small gift bags. Nothing extravagant, just thoughtful. He greeted her parents respectfully. He greeted her aunties carefully. He greeted her uncles confidently. He sat when told to sit. He stood when told to stand. He survived the questions. What do you do? Where are your parents? What are your plans? He answered honestly, only, without over-promising. Damilola watched from the corner of the room, her heart doing gymnastics. This was it. This was the real test. Later that evening, her aunt pulled her aside. He seems nice, her aunt said quietly. Not loud. That's good. Her mother didn't say much that night. But the next morning, as they cooked together, she finally spoke. He is respectful, her mother said, stirring stew. That is important. Damilola smiled, relief washing over her. The next few days were peaceful. Not dramatic. Not magical. Just calm. Kunle helped around the house. He laughed with her siblings. He stayed within boundaries. On Christmas morning, as Damilola and Kunle sat outside, watching the sun rise slowly, he turned to her. Thank you, he said. For what? For not forcing me to be more than I am, he said. For letting me show up honestly. Damilola swallowed. Thank you for showing up at all, she replied. Later that night, as fireworks cracked in the distance and laughter filled the house, Damilola realized something important. She had not found Kunle because she was desperate. She had found him because she was open. She had not met him to impress her family. She had met him to know herself better. And maybe, just maybe, that was enough for now. Before December ended, Damilola learned that love did not need pressure to be real. Sometimes it only needed honesty. And a little courage. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, tell us what you think of the story and where you are watching from in the comment. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new upload. Bye for now.